Welcome to AI World TV, your go-to destination for everything artificial intelligence. Discover the captivating landscape of AI, where advanced technology finds real-life application. Subscribe to AI World TV for webzine articles, reports, podcasts, videos, live events, and latest trends. Hear from top industry leaders and discover how AI is transforming industries and our daily lives.
If you step onto the floor of the New York Stock Exchange today, it really tells a story.
Oh, yeah.
That classic picture, traders yelling, paper flying everywhere.
Sure, the iconic image.
It's mostly gone. It's screens now, machines, algorithms just humming away.
The digital side taking over.
Totally. It's
Yeah.
this huge visual cue for where finance is going faster, automated, and, well, really powered by AI.
That image really nails the shift, doesn't it? It's not just how trades are made anymore. It's about how information gets processed, how it's understood, and crucially, how quickly people act on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And one place this is just completely changing things, and this is what we're digging into today based on the sources you sent over, is how earnings calls get analyzed.
Right, those calls.
They used to be this really dense, almost ritualistic thing, hours slogging through transcripts, relying on some analyst's gut feeling.
A very manual process.
Exactly. But now AI is basically transforming how we pull the intelligence out of them. So our mission today is to unpack the material and see exactly how AI is doing that, moving way beyond just, human intuition.
Okay, let's get into that. Because these calls are super important, aren't they?
Crucial.
The financial statements, they give you the hard numbers, sure. But the earnings call, that's where you get the story, the context.
That's exactly it. That's where you pick up the tone.
Sure.
Is the CEO genuinely optimistic? Or are they kind of subtly hedging?
The forward-looking stuff.
Yeah, those little verbal cues, the shifts in phrasing.
Yeah.
They aren't on the balance sheet, but they can definitely move stock prices.
But, as the sources we looked at point out, just keeping up is a huge task now.
Oh, massive.
The sheer number of calls happening every sector, every day, often filled with really dense, specific jargon.
Yeah.
Even for seasoned analysts, it's become, almost impossible to track everything manually and pull out those nuances consistently.
Right. And that seems to be the opening for AI.
That's exactly why AI is becoming so necessary here.
Okay, so AI steps in. It's using things like natural language processing, machine learning. What can these systems actually do with all that earnings call data?
Think of them as incredibly efficient listeners and translators, too.
Okay.
So one of the first big things the material mentions is sentiment analysis.
Analyzing the feeling, the mood.
Precisely. AI models the sources mentioned big ones, like OpenAI's GPT or Google's BERT, can be trained to figure out the emotional tone.
Oh.
By analyzing the language. Is it bullish? Is it cautious? Maybe even bearish?
Huh. And the source had that example, right? Like a shift from confident to cautious.
Exactly. A subtle change like confident in our outlook becoming cautious regarding future headwinds.
A little shift.
AI can flag that automatically, and that instantly signals, hey, maybe the forecast is changing. It's catching that underlying meaning.
Wow. Okay, what else?
Another powerful thing is speaker identification.
Knowing who is talking.
Yeah. The AI clarifies who's speaking. Is that the CEO making a big promise? Or maybe the CFO being more reserved about guidance? Or an analyst pushing with a tough question?
So knowing who said what helps you figure out who's really driving the narrative.
Precisely. It adds another layer of understanding.
Makes sense. And then there was something about themes.
Thematic tagging, yeah. So the AI can listen across hundreds, even thousands of calls.
Across different companies.
Right, and it automatically spots the hot topics bubbling up. Are companies in tech all suddenly talking about AI adoption? Or maybe retailers are focused on supply chains?
Or interest rates, maybe?
Exactly. Interest rates, regional issues. The AI groups these conversations by theme, by sector, even by location. It gives you that bird's eye view of what's dominating the corporate chatter.
That's pretty useful. So sentiment, speaker, themes. What else?
Okay, this one's really interesting. Anomaly detection.
Detecting things that are unusual.
The AI compares the current call, the transcript, the audio, against the company's past calls.
Its own history.
Right. And it flags anything out of the ordinary. Maybe unexpected hesitations in someone's speech.
Like pauses?
Yeah, or significant changes in phrases they normally use. Or maybe a key topic they discussed last quarter is just completely missing this time.
Oh, interesting. Things left unsaid.
Exactly. These could be potential red flags, things a human analyst might easily miss just because of the sheer volume of information they're dealing with.
Okay, so AI listens, figures out who's talking, spots the big themes across industries, and flags weird changes or omissions from the past.
That's a good summary.
So what does having those abilities actually mean in the real world, especially for the folks where, speed is everything?
Well, for those really time-sensitive players, you're thinking hedge funds, the big investment banks, institutional investors, AI, gives them a serious competitive advantage.
And it really
You are listening to the AI World Podcast, your trusted source for the latest innovations, insights, and trends in artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and decentralized technologies. Each episode features expert interviews, engaging discussions, and in-depth analysis of how AI transforms industries worldwide. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest articles and exclusive reports from the AI World Journal, covering everything from emerging technologies to industry breakthroughs. For more news, global events, and access to AI World Society circle gatherings, visit us at aiworld.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the AI revolution with AI World Lounge. Thank you for listening.
comes down to speed, doesn't it? How fast are we talking?
We're talking real-time summaries of the call, alerts popping up for key phrases or those anomalies we just talked about.
As the call is happening, or right after.
Comparative analytics against competitors. All delivered within seconds of the live earnings call actually finishing.
Seconds. That's kind of mind-blowing.
It completely changes the reaction time to new information.
Yeah, no kidding. The sources mentioned specific platforms doing this, right? Like AlphaSense, like CERN.
Yep. AlphaSense, CERN, Amenity Analytics were named as offering these AI-driven tools.
And Bloomberg GPT is getting into it too.
Right, pushing into more sophisticated financial language models.
So this rapid analysis means
What?
faster trades, smarter decisions.
It just enables much more agile decision-making, allows these firms to react to corporate news almost instantly.
But, okay, it's not just the big Wall Street players anymore, is it? The sources also talked about AI kind of leveling the playing field.
Democratizing financial insight, yeah.
Yes.
That's a really important aspect.
How so?
Well, these capabilities, the kind of analysis that used to need whole teams of analysts working full-time,
Like huge resources.
they're starting to become accessible to smaller investors, too.
You mean like individual retail investors?
Yeah.
People managing their own portfolios?
Exactly. Think about platforms that many people already use for investment research.
Like Seeking Alpha, Koifin.
Yeah.
The material mentioned those.
Yes, companies like that are starting to build in AI-powered summaries and insights right into their platforms.
So it gives regular investors a more, I guess, sophisticated way to look at a company's performance than just trying to read the raw transcript themselves.
It absolutely does. It helps bridge that information gap, at least when it comes to the analytical tools available.
Okay, that makes sense. But like with any really powerful tech, there have got to be downsides, right? Risks.
Definitely. The sources were clear about that. Relying purely on AI isn't foolproof.
What are the main concerns?
Well, first, there's the risk of misinterpretation. AI models are getting better, but they can still mess up nuances in language.
Like sarcasm. Or maybe cultural context.
Exactly. Or even highly specialized jargon used in a slightly unusual way. An AI might misunderstand it where a human expert wouldn't.
Okay, language nuance is tricky. What else?
Then there are potential issues with the AI models themselves.
How they're built.
Yeah, biases can creep in from the data they were trained on.
Bias in the training data.
Or a model might be overfit, meaning it got really, really good at analyzing the specific data it learned from, but then it struggles when it sees new companies or slightly different situations.
So it might draw skewed conclusions.
It could, yeah. These are really important things to keep in mind. AI is powerful, but it's not perfect.
And the sources also touched on a bigger ethical question, didn't they? About access.
Right. If some players have much faster access to these AI-powered insights than others, does that create a new kind of information advantage? An asymmetry?
A sort of digital divide in market intelligence.
Potentially. The material noted that regulators might even need to consider fair access to these kinds of AI tools down the line.
That's a complex one. So looking forward, it feels like AI isn't just tweaking analysis, it's fundamentally changing who can do sophisticated analysis and how fast they can do it.
That's the big picture, yeah. And The future possibilities suggested in the sources are pretty wild.
Go on.
As these models get even smarter, AI might go beyond just summarizing what was said.
To what? Predicting.
Potentially, yeah. Maybe predicting what executives are likely to say in the next call based on all their past patterns.
Whoa.
Or even predicting how markets might react to certain words or phrases being used.
Okay, that's heading into Minority Report territory almost.
Well, it's where the tech could lead.
It really underlines that closing thought from the material, doesn't it? That the future of finance isn't just about numbers anymore.
No, it's increasingly about decoding these complex corporate narratives, these stories companies tell.
And AI, in this whole evolving picture, is basically becoming the main translator.
It really is. It's the key to unlocking that narrative layer, and it's happening fast.
So, okay, we walked through how AI is handling the sheer complexity of earnings calls, how it's turbocharging analysis for the big institutions, but also giving smaller investors new tools, while keeping an eye on the risks, the biases, the potential missteps.
It's a huge transformation.
It really is. And the thing that's kind of sticking with me, the provocative thought to leave you with, is this. If these AI models get so good that they can start predicting what executives might say, or how markets will react before they even speak, how does that fundamentally change the whole game? The strategic dance between companies trying to communicate and investors trying to interpret.
That's a fascinating question.
What does corporate communication even look like when the main listener isn't just human ears, but an AI that's maybe already anticipating your next point?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Something for you to chew on.
The future of artificial intelligence is unfolding, and it's happening at AI World Week, the flagship global event for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This flagship global AI event is designed to connect visionary leaders, trailblazing entrepreneurs, and influential thinkers to explore the endless possibilities of AI. Experience groundbreaking technology that redefines industries and inspires progress. Join thought-provoking discussions on ethical AI, digital equity, and the transformative role of technology in our world. Build meaningful connections that catalyze innovation and drive impact. AI World Week is powered by AI World Society, a global movement dedicated to advancing AI responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity. Together, we're shaping a smarter, more inclusive, and equitable future. Continue your journey beyond the event with the AI World Journal, offering expert insights, in-depth analysis, and the latest trends shaping the AI landscape. This is your opportunity to lead, to innovate, and to transform the world with AI. AI World Week. We invite you to join us and embrace the AI revolution.